What's up guys, today I'm going to discuss the fact that Reece James is out again, another injury blow for our captain Reece James. He's out till the New Year's. Today Chelsea are playing a Conference League game against Heidenheim. I was going to do a preview, but in the end I'm too late out. The game kicks off in some hours now, so it's a bit unnecessary to do a preview when it's almost game time. So I was going to talk about the news, the tragic, the bad, the sad news about Reece James. He's out again with the same hamstring injury, and it's time to have that conversation if Reece James' time at our club needs to come to an end. I mean, he's not out for too long, but we know that he will come back, play 5 games, and then he will be out again for a couple of months, and it's not sustainable to keep him. Some of you might know that he is the top earner at our club. He earns £250,000 pounds in a week. So he is the top earner at our club, and he barely plays, which is I know he is a Cobham guy. He is academy star, an academy player, and he has been so important for us. Let's not forget that Champions League run. Him and Chilwell, they were delightful on the left and right side, but has it come to an end? I mean, I will say my opinion on it. You guys can have your opinion. When it comes to a player like Reece James, he's loved by the fans, he's loved by me as well, so I won't hate on any opinion on him. One of the most sad things is also that Reece James is not even that old. You all know that a lot of these injuries comes when a player gets a bit older. I mean, it was a bit like this more back in the day because players didn't look after their bodies. Today it's a bit better regarding that the injuries, because before it was like when they get old the injuries start. Today it's a bit better, but it's still the case that the injuries comes a lot more when you're old. But some players, some explosive players, they have problems with a hamstring like Reece James, and he is 24 years old, and I am not even kidding with my title that Reece James' career is over, because I mean, he will still have a career, but to only play a couple of games here and there, miss more games that you can play, that's not good. Back in 2022 we signed him for a 6-year deal, so his contract is up in 2028. In my opinion, if the contract would have been up a bit earlier than 2028, I would have let him go on a free transfer, but it's still some time till 2028. So maybe you could get some money for him, not a lot of money. I know that Real Madrid and teams like that were interested in the past, but if you look at his injury record, I don't think any club like that would go near him. And is it even possible to sell him? I have my doubts. The wage is really high, and the injuries is also a very high probability of injury. So it's going to be hard to sell Reece James, and to let him go out on his contract. It's a couple of more years, and he's just going to sit on our defense. He's just going to sit on our bench for a couple of seasons, play here and there, and we're going to have the same talks over and over again. So I'm sad to see. Reece James is one of my favorite Chelsea players, has been for a couple of years, and I think he's probably the most popular player in our team, except for kind of Cole Palmer. He has been one of the most popular players. That is obviously a big factor because he came from the academy. He is one of our own, but man, it's so sad to see. Different injuries, but it's always that hamstring. He never gets a rest from that hamstring injury, which you all know, it's quite obvious that this injury will haunt him for the rest of his career, and that a thing that we want to do. He keeps on getting expenses for our medical team, for our club. We pay him to sit on the bench. He misses more games than he plays. Some of the guys might be extreme to say, we should terminate his contract. I don't think we should terminate his contract. We should have a lot more respect on him, what he did for our club. He was with us to win the Champions League, so I don't think we should terminate his contract, but there has to be discussions surrounding him. I've backed him a lot in the past. I still back him, but you know, I'm getting a bit bored. I'm getting a bit depressed about the Reece James situation, and we have a player, Malo Gusto, who is ready to fit in to Reece James' boots, and that is good that we have him, because if we wouldn't have anyone rather than Reece James, would have been a bad situation. But we have Malo Gusto. No, I do not forget what Reece James did in a Chelsea shirt. One of the things that just pops in my head is that comeback against Ajax, that crazy comeback when Reece James scored. He looked a bit different back there, a bit different hair and all that, but it keeps playing in my mind when I think of Reece James and that connection he had with Ben Chilwell, James and Chilwell. What a duo. They played on the opposite side of the pitch, you could say, but what a duo, and what a time to be a Chelsea fan when those two were dominating Europe. But at the end of the day, we're all Chelsea fans. We all want Reece James to succeed, but you gotta drop your opinion down below. Do you think we should try to sell him? I think that's highly unlikely that we can sell him. If we want to sell him, I mean, we have to get a low price, and he has to cut down on his wage. But do you want to sell him? Do you want to terminate his contract? Do you want to wait until 2028 to so he gets a free transfer, or do you want to keep him at the squad to be a player that can help the new players that come into the dressing room to know what it means to play at Chelsea? I mean, I'm talking about him like he is 34 years old. He is 24 years old, and I'm talking about him to be a player in the squad that could help the new players that comes in. That's more in the past. That's more like Thiago Silva. That's more like that. So it's a bit weird to talk about him like that. I don't think you should keep a 24-year-old player to be at that role, but he is the captain of our club. He deserves the respect. But yeah, you could say the same about Chilwell. He also has a ridiculous wage, and he can't get in the team. He's also injured sometimes, so we have some conversations there we could offload the two players. I mean, we don't really need Chilwell. James, he is a good player to have when he's fit, but is it worth it? You guys let me know, and hopefully we could win today against Heidenheim. They are looking quite poor in the German league, so we should win this game. But this video was about Reece James. I just wanted to talk about the breaking news that James, he is out till New Year's.